The pair that I want to speak about today is AUD NZD, and the reason for which I want to speak specifically about this pair is number one, because it is very near to providing to us a very good trading opportunity, and number two, because I can keep this analysis very educational to teach you guys some very important concepts. And as usual, the way in which I will perform the analysis is, first of all, speaking about the market from a technical perspective, checking the monthly, weekly, and daily timeframes from a directional aspect. Then we will go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, to see what hedge funds are currently doing both on the AUD and on the NZD. And obviously, by being able to understand what the smart money is doing in the market and how their orders are changing, we're able to gain an advantage over our competition in the market. And then what we will be doing is going down on the 4 hours to see what kind of opportunity we can be looking for on this pair. So let's start our analysis from the monthly time frame. Now on the monthly, what we can see that the market has currently tested a quite strong level of structure. In fact, we had very important structure resistance here, from which the market created all this move to the downside, which was again turned resistance here and rejected with this red candle, and all this resistance was turned support as soon as the market broke above it with this green candle here. And now that the market has broken above the resistance is turned support, which the market has already tested with this leg here, which has tested and already started to reject the previous resistance, which is now turned support from a monthly perspective. Going down on the weekly, what do we see? Now, from a weekly perspective, we can see a very interesting pattern. In fact, we can see that from a weekly perspective, the market, first of all, created this M formation. Now, after an M formation, what you want to see is the market complete the M formation at the neckline, aka the previous support, which at that point is turned resistance. And there are two options when the market reaches the neckline. The market can either reject the neckline and respect it as previous support, now turn resistance, or break above the neckline, turning it again as support, from which you expect a retest and the continuation to the upside. Now in this case, it seems like the market broke above the neckline. In fact, the neckline was here and the market has broken above it with this green close. So now this area is again support also from a weekly perspective, which means that both on the monthly and the weekly we have strong support. What we can also see is that if we go down on a line chart, we can pinpoint this support area, which is exactly this weekly close here, which is the neckline, aka the previous support, which at this point is turned again support. Going back to the candles, we can see that we have clear structure, which the market is already respecting. So at the moment, monthly and weekly are very clear. Let's go down on the daily and see what kind of situation we currently have from a daily perspective. Now on the daily time frame, we can immediately see that we definitely had spoken about AUD NZD in the past. In fact, we spoke about AUD NZD when the market was here, and I explained all the reasons for which after this impulse and correction, we wanted to see from here this nice move to the downside for the creation of a lower low, and that is exactly what the market did. Then I spoke about AUD NZD again when the market was here, and I explained all the reasons again for which from here I wanted to see this move to the downside. And again, that is exactly what the market did. And with the last analysis that I performed on AUD NZD, I spoke about the fact that after this overextended W formation, I wanted to see from here the market create this move to the downside and go and complete the pattern at this previous resistance, which at this point is turned support. And with the last two daily candles, that is exactly what the market did. The market went and completed the pattern exactly as I wanted to see. And I will link in the description all this previous analysis so you can go and check it out for further reference and more free education. Just a quick reminder, make sure you comment below and you let me know which pairs or topics you would like me to analyze or cover in the next videos. But what is the situation at the moment and where is the next opportunity for AUD NZD, also from a daily perspective? Now, at the moment on the daily, what we have is a market that is currently testing previous resistance, now turn support, as we have just identified. In fact, after an overextended W formation, what you want to see is the market give you a move to the downside to go and complete the pattern exactly in this zone here, which is the completion area of the pattern, but it is also a support area from which you expect the next continuation to the upside to start. Considering that from a monthly and weekly perspective, we also know that we do have strong support all across this area because we have just seen all the reasons why on the monthly and weekly we have strong support. So this is a confirmation because monthly, weekly, and daily at this point are all showing the same direction. So strong support and the possibility of the continuation to the upside. Another thing that we have to notice is that if you have an impulse and you want informations on the retracement after this impulse, what you have to do is take your Fibonacci from the low to the high of the impulse. And what we can see is that the market has already retraced exactly to the 50% of the Fibonacci taken on the impulse, from which you can expect the next continuation to the upside to start for the creation of the impulse, correction, and impulse pattern to the upside. So at the moment, all structure is indicating for a continuation to the upside. Now let's go and see what we have from a COT perspective, so commitment of traders, to see what hedge funds are currently doing on this pair. Now, starting from the AUD, what we can see. Now, on the AUD, we can see that with the last report, hedge funds have opened 7.5K long positions and opened at the same time also 5.6K shorts, bringing the net positions from the 16K that we had here all the way down to 10.8K. So definitely net positions are decreasing on the AUD. However, the problem is that we are still having massive shorts getting opened, which, by the way, is quite good because we did expect this move to the downside, and we do have the possibility inside of here to close the shorts and open more longs for the continuation to the upside. So at the moment, everything is still fine. If we go and see what we have from an NZD perspective, we can see that with the last report, hedge funds have closed 2K short positions. Now keep in mind that NZD lately, what it has been doing. Now let's take, for example, NZD USD. Okay. Now on NZD USD, we can see that with the last price action that we have, the market has been creating this huge move to the downside without showing any sign of proper move up. So it means that during a move to the downside, we're seeing shorts getting close. So at the moment, hedge funds are not really interested in the shorts, at least not at the moment, not yet. So we can expect, okay, if we go back to our AUD NZD, to see enough NZD weakness to give us the possibility and the opportunity to be capitalizing on a possible move to the upside. So at the moment, everything is aligning. From a technical perspective, we're already seeing that monthly, weekly, and daily are all showing the same direction. From a COT perspective, we do see more longing than shorting on the AUD. We don't see much NZD weakness yet. However, we might see some more shorts getting opened on the NZD, but at the moment we still don't have no confirmation for that. So at the moment, situation is not the best from a COT perspective. Okay, it would have been great to see a lot of shorts getting added on the NZD and a lot of longs getting added on the AUD. We still don't really have that situation. So we might need a proper accumulation phase inside of this area before we can be looking for any longs, because at the moment we still don't have the kind of confirmations that we like to see from a COT perspective. So what we will be doing with students in this kind of situation where the technicals are clear, COT data, we still don't see the proper reflection of the price action that we like to see. Now, as usual, in this kind of situations, we will be reactive and not predictive. What does it mean? Now, as usual, monthly, weekly, and daily are the best time frames when it comes to the direction of the market, combined with the COT data. But the best time frame when it comes to the entry and the confirmations is the 4-hour time frame. And at the moment, on the 4 hours, what do we have? Now, on the 4 hours, we currently have a market that is clearly a bearish market. In fact, we can clearly see that the market has been creating lower lows, lower highs with very strong bearish momentum. And until this will be the case, the market will easily continue to the downside because everything is still bearish. There is absolutely no confirmation for any longs. So we will absolutely not be looking for any longs with students until this will be the situation. However, we might see this change in the future. Now, you will probably see this video tomorrow because today, the video for today, my team already edited it. So you will probably see this tomorrow. However, we could already start to see the change tomorrow. So it will be very important to monitor what happens inside of this area. If everything will remain bearish as it is right now, the market will easily break below the area. If we will see a daily close below this zone, at that point this will be turned resistance. Therefore, we cannot be looking for any longs anymore on this pair. However, if inside of this area we start to see the market shift from a bearish market as it is right now to a bullish market, at that point we will add AUD and ZD to our watch list with students, and as soon as the market will provide to us one of our valid entries with students, we will be taking a nice long with a very good risk to reward and very good probabilities at that point for the move to the upside and completion of this impulse, correction and impulse pattern to the upside, and rejection of the monthly and weekly support. However, as I just said, at the moment we don't have the proper confirmations yet, neither from a COT perspective nor from a 4-hour price action perspective. So we definitely have to wait, because if everything will remain as it is right now, the market will easily break below this structure. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and comment below. It really does support the creation of more free education and analysis for all of you. Also, make sure you go and check out the mentorship program. You find it linked in the description. You first learn all the rules of my rule-based strategies in the program, and then you trade them live with me. In fact, every single day you get a new daily market breakdown showing you exactly how to apply the strategies with entry, stops, take profits, as well as having me answering every single question that you have every day, including the weekends. So I really suggest you go and check it out. The link is in the description, and I will see you in.